stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking.
What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Agi. In case you're new here, if you're a returnee, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I really appreciate you guys. So guys, by the time you're clicking this video, you already know exactly what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be doing a room makeover for my kids. Actually, by now we have already done it because I lost the footage, the intro that I had made for this particular video. I lost it and now I had to do it all over again. But this is now after, as you can see my background, this is actually after the makeover. So I just wanted to give you guys like an insight of what we are going to be, of what we did in this room. I keep on saying what we're going to be doing because I'm imagining we are going to do it, but we have already done it. So I just wanted to give you guys an insight on what we did in this room, the colors we worked with, and apparently how I actually did. Like, I just wanted to give you guys my experience and whatever I did in this room. I wanted to do a makeover on this room for the longest time possible. My kids have been pestering me that, you know, our room is the ugliest in the house, and so I've wanted to do this for the longest time possible. So I think probably it's the finance and time, yeah, so I didn't have time, but this time I sort of pushed myself to do it because I knew I had to do it. So it took me quite some time to make this room. It wasn't something that I did in a day or two. It took me quite some time because number one, I don't have a nanny, and number two, I was buying things slowly and doing it slowly as I progressed because I couldn't do it in one day. You know, if you don't have a nanny, you also have other chores in the house to do. Therefore, you have to balance your time. I had to work on the room and also do other things in the house. So that is, I think, the reason why it took me quite long. It took me probably, let's say, 4 to 5 days, and but if I had someone to take care of other stuff in the house, probably it would have taken me like 2 days. For me to share with you this video doesn't mean that I'm showing off. I just wanted to inspire someone and just to show someone that you can actually do a makeover in a rented house. This is a rented house. You can actually make a really small space look really nice and comfortable for your kids. You don't really need to own a house for you to do a makeover on it. So if you've been wanting to do this for the longest time, kindly, you can do it. And I'm gonna give you a few tips on how you can do it. So guys, because we are working on a budget, number one, I had to buy things slowly. I didn't buy like for example, just go to the shop and buy everything. I bought things slowly. It took me quite some time to adjust the colors that I wanted. So I wanted to do monochrome, like black and white, simple, you know, because I wanted to accommodate every kid in this room. I have 3 boys, so I wanted to accommodate everybody, and I didn't want one person to feel like it's their room. I wanted everybody to feel comfortable and just to feel like they owned the room. You know, if you start, you know, making it personal, like for example doing Spider-Man and doing this and doing Batman, someone who might feel like it's their room. But I didn't want that. I just wanted everybody to feel accommodated. I just wanted everybody to feel like this is our room. So that is why I wanted to go monochrome initially, but later I had to add in a few, not a few, I just had to add in one color, and that's red. So I was working with black, white and red for this room, guys. So guys, allow me to take my tea as I take you guys through everything that we did for this room. So guys, I wanted to share with you some of the things that I want to change on this room. So number one is that curtain box over there. I'm looking to change it into a curtain rod because I feel like curtain boxes are so old. Like I prefer curtain rods because they're also very easy to work with. We are also going to change the curtains because I just don't like them. I think they've been there for some time now, and if we are changing the room, you need to change things like curtains for it to be, for you to see the change, yeah. So we are also going to be changing the wall colors. As you can see, it's not looking bright. It's a white, but it's not pure white. I prefer pure white because it's gonna make the room brighter and it will allow in more light. As you guys can see, there's a really small window over there. So guys, I'll also have to spray paint these handle knobs, these ones over here, yeah, because as you can see they don't look really nice. Yeah, so I'm gonna spray paint that into black too. So I hope they'll be able to pop from the white, because I'm planning to change the cupboard doors to white. We're also going to be changing the bed. As you can see, it's just a bed. That is why my son is so embarrassed about this room. And we're going to be changing the bed into a bunk bed, because this room is being shared by 3 boys. So we need a bunk bed. I tried to find a bigger bunk bed, like a 4x6, so that the younger ones can share the bed down, and then the older guy can sleep alone on the upper bed. We're also going to change the floor. As you can see, I hate the color of this floor, but I still don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing with the floor. I still don't know, but we're gonna get there. I'll let you guys know what I've done with the floor. The floor is not bad, like the PVC is not bad, but I think it's the color that it's really hard to work with, I think. And also we're going to be changing the cupboard locks. As you can see, these ones, they look like kitchen cabinet door handles. So we are also going to be changing that. And what else are we changing in this room? So basically this is the room. You guys are able to see how it looks like. It's just a room with a bed, nothing much, nothing fancy. And also I had this made. It's not yet complete yet, but you guys will be able to see when it's complete. Actually, the guy that I gave to make this for me really messed me up. You see, as you guys can see, this is what he did, but I know exactly what we are going to do with this part over here. I think I'll have to remove it, and you guys will be able to see the outcome after the whole thing is over. So I already went and bought a few items that I'm gonna be using for the makeover of the bedroom. I went and I bought, this is a masking tape, which I'll be using when I'm painting. Yeah, and also I bought these door handles. These go for about 150 to 200 bob. It just depends with the size that you want. So these ones I'm gonna be spray painting them into matte black, because I just think matte black is really classy and I don't like shiny stuff. Yeah, and also I bought a curtain rod. Like I told you guys, I'm going to be changing the curtain box over there, and I'm going to be replacing it with a curtain rod. I also went and I bought, okay, so for the curtain rod, we are also going to be spray painting it into black, into matte black. Yeah, and I also went and bought some paint. This is vinyl matte deluxe. This is from Decor, and this is matte white. This is matte white. This was about, I think 1,500. I don't know, 1,900, almost 2,000 shillings. And I also bought matte black paint. This is matte black paint for the accent wall. Yeah, I also bought a roller. I have another one and a brush, but I also bought another one because I'll be working with 2 colors, and I think I'll also need to buy another brush. I also bought here a spray paint. Yeah, this one is what I'll be using to spray paint these door handles and the curtain rod. So guys, the first thing that I did was to spray paint the curtain rod and the door handles.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah.
So guys, as you can see, the room is now empty. We removed the bed and also the curtain box, and also now we are ready for painting. The first thing you'll have to do is to protect the floor, and I used some old bed sheets to cover the floor where I'm going to be painting. So also, because this is water paint, you're gonna have to mix the paint with some water, and I was told that for these 2 liters I'm gonna add in about 1 liter of water. So guys, I started by painting the drawers and the cupboards because I felt like they were going to need several layers of paint, being that they were painted with oil paint, and the paint that I'm using is water paint. I felt like, you know, they were going to need several layers of paint. So painting these cupboard doors took most of my time. If it were just the walls, I would have been done within probably a couple of hours, but because the cupboards were in oil paint, I had to put in several layers, so it took quite a lot of my time. So guys, after finishing painting the white wall, now it was time to do the accent wall, and for the accent wall we're gonna do matte black. So I was just mixing in the paint with some water, and painting the accent wall was really easy for me because it was just one wall.
When I throw me
guys, after all that painting, finally we finished. The black and white came out looking so nice, so fresh. The room, I feel like the room has a lot of light, and I love the matte black. It's so nice, it's so classy. And I also love the cupboards. I just love how the black door handles are popping out of the white cupboards. This is really beautiful. I didn't even imagine it would come out like this, but it's really amazing. The next thing we're going to work on now is the floor. I still hadn't decided what I was gonna do with the floor, but I was thinking of a PVC carpet for this floor. So guys, before we work on the floor, there was this stand. It was meant to look something like this. I'm just gonna put a photo here, but the guy that I gave to work on this really messed me up. He didn't do a clean job, so I was left to complete it. So some of the things that I needed to complete this stand was the contact adhesive. This is like a glue, and something, you'll see what I'll do. I don't know what it's called, but I got it at the hardware. So I'm just gonna use it to tape up, to cover up the brown parts, the naked parts. Yeah, so I'm gonna use this glue here to cover, to stick the tape on the naked part. And then I also bought some white spray paint, which I'm gonna use to cover the stand, the bottom part of this stand. You'll just see exactly what I'm gonna do. So this tape goes for 20 shillings per meter, and you can get it at any hardware store. So what I'm gonna do is just apply the glue on the naked parts. As you can see, some parts are white and some parts are like brown, so I'm gonna cover up the brown part. So what I'm going to do is just to apply the glue on the brown parts, and then apply the glue also on that white tape, and then I'll just stick it on to cover it up so that it's nice and white and it has a beautiful finish. Also, after applying the glue, always give it some time. Before you stick it, give it some time to dry, probably an hour or 30 minutes. That way it will be able to not give you a hard time. It will just stick like kabisa. It will just stick and not come off quite easily. So I told you about the white spray paint, and I was gonna use this to just cover up, you know, the brown part for the stand, just to, so that it's all white. Like, you don't want that brown part showing. That's actually the legs for the stand, yeah. So after working on the stand, this is actually the final look. As you can see, it looks finished. It looks amazing. So earlier on I had mentioned about the floor, and I decided to buy a black and white PVC carpet for this floor because there was no other option. I couldn't take out the tiles, the PVC tiles from the floor, so the only option was to get a PVC carpet. And I tried to get like a plain colored, but I couldn't get, so I ended up with a black and white PVC carpet, which I think it's just amazing because it blends so well with the color of the walls and everything else.
Stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest.
I love you.
I love you too, Tavi. Haha. Are you running away? So the next thing we're going to do is to work on the curtains. I'm going to replace the Spider-Man curtains with the plain black ones. The ones that I'm going to put are not new. These ones I actually have had for quite some time, but I felt they would really go well with this room. So I'm just going to replace the Spider-Man curtains with the black curtains.
This time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. I don't know what I could say to convince you to hang around.
I also had this rug which I wanted to put by the bedside, and this one I got from Toy Market. It's actually probably 3,000 bob. I got it quite a while ago. It's not like I bought it recently. I bought it quite some time ago, but it's still new because it hasn't been used for a long time. It's still new, so I thought it would be really nice to put it by the bedside so that when the boys get off from bed, they don't get a cold floor. So now it's time to make the bed, and I have this red duvet. It's actually a duvet with bed sheets and 2 pillowcases. This one some lady sold to me. I actually got her through Facebook, And these are the red. This is actually the red that I was talking about. Like I told you guys, I had to incorporate red, and because the carpet was black and white, I had to look for like a really bold color for the duvet. I couldn't do prints because it would be too much. Printed duvet and a printed carpet would be like too much. It will mess up the room. So these are the duvets that I got, and like I told you before, I got them from Facebook. They're so nice, they're so soft, and they're so warm. And being that we live in a very cold place, I think they will do the boys justice during, in July and the cold weather. So I also got these storage boxes from House of Leather. These storage boxes are what the boys are going to be using to store their toys, everything that they own. They are going to store, not everything they own actually, but their toys basically. I always find them with weird stuff that sometimes I want to throw away, and sometimes you have nowhere to put them. So that is why I bought them these storage boxes. So I'm going to put them in the 3 partitions over there so that everybody has their own space. I also got some pictures of the boys printed in black and white, and I'm gonna use double-sided tape to stick them onto the wall. They're really light and I love them. I have some in my living room, and I also got some for the boys' room. This picture frame, I got it from House of Leather, and I had the kids' baby photos printed, and I think it really looks amazing. So all these decorations, I got them from House of Leather. Yeah, so they were quite affordable. Guys, finally the room was done. This is actually the before footage of the bedroom before the makeover, and now this is the after.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, nah.
So guys, I'm so glad that you have watched this video to the end. I really do appreciate. I hope that I have inspired you. If you've been wanting to do this, kindly you can start small, do shopping bit by bit, and you're gonna get there. And if you're watching and you're not yet subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button. You've got nothing to lose. More videos coming your way, you don't want to miss them, so you better hit the bell icon. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope that I've inspired somebody, and I really hope that I'll be able to see you guys in my next video.
But this time